Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you a story that might feel uncomfortably familiar to some of you, because it's not about a hero who wins easily, or a genius who never fails. It's about a boy who failed again and again, not because he was lazy or untalented, but because he was chasing something that quietly destroys more dreams than fear ever could. Perfection. There was a boy named Ariv. From the outside, people thought he had everything going for him. He was intelligent, disciplined, and deeply ambitious. Teachers praised him, relatives compared other kids to him, and neighbors expected great things from him. But inside Ariv's mind, there was constant noise. Every task had to be flawless. Every answer had to be the best. Every result had to prove his worth. Anything less felt like failure. When Ariv was young, he enjoyed learning. He used to read out of curiosity, draw just for fun, and solve problems because they felt like puzzles. But slowly, as expectations grew, enjoyment disappeared. Learning became a performance. Every mistake felt like a personal weakness. Every small error felt like proof that he wasn't good enough. In school, Ariv would spend hours rewriting the same homework page just to make the handwriting perfect. He would restart assignments multiple times because the introduction didn't sound impressive enough. While others submitted their work and moved on, Ariv stayed stuck, polishing details no one even noticed. He believed perfection was the price of success. Exams were the worst. Ariv knew the answers, but he overthought everything. He would change correct answers because they didn't feel perfect. He would freeze, afraid that one small mistake would ruin everything. When results came, he wasn't failing badly, but he wasn't excelling either. And to him, anything less than perfect felt like complete failure. Over time, Ariv developed a dangerous habit. He started avoiding things he couldn't do perfectly. He stopped participating in debates because he might say something wrong. He stopped sharing ideas because they might not sound impressive. He stopped trying new skills because beginners are always imperfect. Slowly, the boy who once loved learning became afraid of it. One day, Ariv decided he wanted to build something of his own. Not because someone told him to, but because he wanted to prove he could be extraordinary. He dreamed of creating something meaningful, something that would finally make him feel worthy. He spent months planning. He read endlessly. He watched tutorials. He took notes. But he never started. Every time he was about to begin, his mind stopped him. The idea wasn't perfect yet. The plan needed improvement. He needed more knowledge. More preparation. More certainty. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And nothing was built. Meanwhile, people around him started moving forward. Friends launched small projects, learned skills through trial and error, failed publicly, improved slowly, and grew. Ariv watched from the sidelines, telling himself he was waiting for the right moment. Deep down, he was terrified of imperfection. Eventually, reality hit hard. Ariv failed an important opportunity, not because he wasn't capable, but because he never showed up fully. He realized something painful. While he was busy chasing perfection, life was moving on without him. That failure broke him. For the first time, Ariv didn't feel disappointed just because he wasn't perfect. He felt empty because he hadn't tried. He sat alone one evening, staring at his unfinished notes, his abandoned plans, his unused potential. And in that silence, a simple thought appeared. What if perfection isn't the goal? What if progress is? That question changed everything. Ariv began to notice something he had ignored for years. The people he admired weren't perfect. They made mistakes openly. They learned while doing. They improved through action, not preparation. Their success wasn't built on flawless beginnings, but on messy, imperfect starts. So Ariv made a small decision. He would start something and allow it to be bad. The next day, he worked on a task without fixing every detail. He submitted work that wasn't polished. His hands shook, his mind panicked, but he did it anyway. And something surprising happened. The world didn't collapse. No one mocked him. No one rejected him completely. Instead, he received feedback. Real feedback. Useful feedback. For the first time, Arav realized that mistakes weren't proof of failure. They were instructions for improvement. Slowly, he started changing his mindset. He stopped asking, "Is this perfect?" and started asking, "Is this done?" He stopped waiting for confidence and started building it through action. He stopped chasing approval and started chasing growth. He failed again, many times. But these failures felt different. They didn't stop him. They guided him. Each mistake taught him something specific. Each attempt made him stronger. Each imperfect step moved him forward. Arav noticed another change too. He felt lighter. Less anxious. Less afraid. When perfection stopped being the standard, learning became enjoyable again. Creativity returned. Curiosity came back. He wasn't trying to prove his worth anymore. He was building it. Years later, when someone asked Arav about his biggest weakness, he smiled and said something unexpected. "I used to chase perfection. It cost me time, confidence, and growth." And when they asked him what changed his life, he replied, "The moment I accepted that imperfect action beats perfect intention." This story isn't just about Arav. It's about anyone who keeps waiting for the perfect moment. Anyone who delays starting because they're afraid of failing. Anyone who believes mistakes make them weak. Perfection is a beautiful idea, but it's a terrible master. It makes you overthink. It makes you hesitate. It makes you quit before you begin. Progress, on the other hand, is forgiving. It allows mistakes. It rewards effort. It builds momentum. If you're watching this right now and feeling stuck, ask yourself one honest question. Are you really unprepared, or are you just afraid of being imperfect? You don't grow by getting everything right. You grow by getting things wrong and learning why. You don't become confident by waiting. You become confident by doing. And you don't succeed by avoiding failure. You succeed by walking straight through it. Stop chasing perfection. Start chasing progress. Start messy. Start scared. Start imperfect. Just start. Because the real failure isn't making mistakes. The real failure is never trying at all.